Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. My name is Tom Novak, and today this is the 2024 start off of our videos for the new year. Today is January 2nd, and it's Tuesday. It's 37 degrees Fahrenheit or 3 degrees Celsius at 2:30 p.m. Is it dead? Well, like on the front picture that I took, I had to take this geranium apart. It's a citronella geranium. I'm going to turn it into a bonsai. I got a bigger pot for it. But it was in this big pot. Get out of the way. And then I just soaked it in fish water and cut all, because it was about that tall. So I cut all the dead stuff off, because this was out in the cold. We're dropped around 32. So let's see what's surviving, what's not. So let me take this down here so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, I got them in the water. I'm just taking the plug out, and you can see the roots are healthy. Let me just get some of it. I had to do all this before camera because it was too much to do, and this water stinks to high heaven because I put week old fish water in there with the poop in it so I can get these roots going. So there's the tree. So let's see what's alive. Let me cut it. Get my ironwood tools because you know nothing cuts wood like ironwood. Let's cut it back to here. Nothing. It's dead. Dead. So I'm going to go to here. This one's alive. That's green. But I know this one's not. Cut that off to there because you can see how dead it looks. And over here, now I could take a chance and go to the live part here and see what I can get out of it. And you can see the bump on here, the node or the brain. So I'm going to just cut it back. And it does show signs of green on it. So this is a good one. So let's put that back in the water. Now this one, oh, let me put this up with the root out because I don't want it to go, well, let's put it down here for now. Now this one here, all we're going to do is take our chopstick and fire it into the excess soiler because you can see the roots are alive on this one. Oh, this stuff's flying all over the place. Okay, so let's see what's alive on here. You can see that this is looking good here. Up here, so we're going to cut it right above the node there. We're going to cut this one right above the node here because they're green, if you can see them. I'm going to cut this back. And I like this because I got a good trunk on there. Now, I don't know if this is going to live because this is dead over here. So all I'm going to do is cut this back to here just to be on the safe side. And Tom, what'd you do with your other scissors? Here they are. Using these to cut some of this off. We'll do some of the root later. So let's put that here. Now this one, I'll try to root this one and see if I can root it. So I got it in the water because that's where I cut one good green one off. I'll put this in the water to see. Now let's get this one. And this one's got a lot of roots. And they're white and they look good. And this got a nice little trunk on it. You can see the roots on this one. Look at the trunk on that geranium. You can't make a geranium bonsai. Who said so? I don't go out for all this fancy stuff. This one's dead here because I want it easy for you to do. Now this is green here, but it's too far down below. Take that off. And you can see how green this is over here. So all I'm going to do is take this, cut it. And I'm going to take this off here because I don't like the way that branch looks. It looks a little pukey. And this I'm going to cut back to here. And you can see how nice it looks. It's still green. Okay, so then we're going to take our roots, like on this one. I'm going to cut that kukuriku root off. Another long, goofy root, that's a kukuriku root. Cut that one back. Cut the high ones off. That one off. That one. Downward facing. So it looks pretty good. Let's cut this off here. So we'll see what's going on from there. What kind of kukuriku roots do we got here? Okay, we got to get rid of the downward ones. Just like that. And hopefully they fan out. We'll cut these back. We'll just trim them. Give them a good trim. That one's dead. Cut that one off. That one's alive. And the soil was really like mucky. Not mucky. It was a good potting soil. But I didn't like the drainage in there. So here's this one. Here's a big kukuriku root. We're going to cut that one close to here. And here's another one. Just cut off all these roots. Get them a little bit thinner. Just like that. Cut that one off. And yes, with these scissors, what I do then is I sharpen them. And Tommy forgot your paper towels. What are you going to do? Okay, so this let me dump in the garbage. I don't know, I'll save this one green one. I got this one green one here. I'll stick this in the water. Stick that in there. You never know. Now this pot's got those dimples in there. I didn't have the stuff that Marisol said from Frostbite Bonds I had to put in there. So all I'm doing is lining it with the styrofoam. I got my screen on the bottom for that big hole down there. Now, what you gonna do, Tom? Oh, my rocking chair out of the way. Yep, I gotta clean this mess. Okay, all kind of paper towels here, and what I did with them, I have no idea. Well, that's why God made pants. What are you gonna do? So, the potting soil, I took and I mixed it with perlite, and I put a little bit of sand in there. Okay, what do I do with my measuring cups? Here they are. And this is what you can see how nice and rich their soil is. So I put some sand in there. You can see the grit and perlite. So let's put some in the bottom here. Just like that. Don't be afraid to line it up. You said, Tom, that's a ceramic pot. Well, yeah, because this is going in for the winter. It's not going to be outside, so it breaks. Let's just get that in there. And I like this nice gritty sand on it. Okay, I'm going to get my Nikos from Extreme Gardening so we can get these roots off to a good start. And we're not going to worry about a placement. Because you got to see if they're going to grow. So I'm just going to line the bottom up because I want this beneficial bacteria to grow into the soil and onto the roots, because that way there we'll get these roots off to a head start. So this one's small. You can see how pukey it looks, but we're going to put this one towards the front. And I'm going to put some Mikus all over the roots. You can see how I put the Mikus all over the roots. You can see how nice it looks. Just put it there. Now this one's got some good roots too. We're going to put this one towards the back. Let me get some more Mikus. I just want to get these roots off the head start. You're going to say, Tom, how come plants don't grow fast when you repot them? That's because the roots got to grow first. And once they establish, your plants are established. Then they'll start growing to the top. Let's put this guy about here. And now this one's got the big roots, the good roots. And it's got some big, well, let's see, Tom. I got to take this big piece of soil off there, or the, what do you call them things, the plugs that they use to root them in. That's. I hope this grows because you can see the nice trunk on it. And it's a cheap, easy way to do a bonsai tree. You don't have to spend all that money. Oh, I got to get a tree with a thick trunk. I got to go to the nurseries and I got to get the junipers or the pines or anything else. Or these big other plants, the big forsythias or thorny bushes. Start with something simple and easy to do. And if you're a pro at it, try a geranium. I dare you. Because geraniums are good. Don't like your hands in your pants, because that's why God made pants. Remember that. You ain't got a paper towel, use your pants, because that's why God made pants. And that's why you got soap and water to wash them, so it's not gonna hurt. Okay, so we got that. And you can see the placement is a little funky, but let me get this in there. I get this underneath a little bit so it straightens it out. Put that there, and I got one big kukuriku root right over here. You got to get rid of them kukuriku roots because they grow straight up. And just throw that in there. There we go. Put the soil in. You see, Tom, they're a little bit low in the pot. That's all right. Get that one there. I just want to start them off to a good start. And hopefully they don't rot. Especially that cut end over there. But usually in the old days, how did they seal a wound? They didn't have cut paste. They didn't have lipstick. They didn't have Titebond glue. They took a good mud, good bunch of soil, a good bunch of clay, and got the mud real tough, and all they did was stick it on the wound. And the tree healed. Well, that's what we were taught in landscape school, and I tried it on a couple of plants, and sure enough, mud works. It seals that wound right up. Okay, now, chopstick. Here we are. Now we're going to just fire that chopstick in. You got to fire it into the roots. You got to get all them air pockets out. Fire it in, fire it in. Fire it in. Don't be afraid. Fire it in, fire it in. Them roots are going to grow. The mucus is going to help it to grow. We want to get all them air pockets out. And you know what Tom forgot to do? I forgot to fill up Mr. Elephant. But I think I still got a little bit left in the jug of fish water. And I'll just use that. Let Mr. Elephant put it in. So there we go. We're just going to push all that in. Fire it in. Don't be afraid to fire it in. Fire it in. You got to get all them air pockets out. Jiggle it a little bit. Give it a little jiggle. Give it a little jiggle. Get them air pockets out. Get them out. Get them out. Use your fingers. Use your fingers. Get them in. Get them in. Fire them fingers into that soil. Get underneath them roots. Get those air pockets out. There we go. Gotta get them out of there. I knew I forgot something. Every time I think I'm prepared to do a video, I forget something. But in the old days, when TV was live, what did they do? Improvise. So that's all you can do. Improvise. Now we got another kukuriku root sticking straight up over here. Let's cut that little kukuriku root out. Okay, get them kukuriku roots, top kukuriku roots from growing straight up. You don't want them things sticking out of the ground. I'm going to say, Tom, there's a little bit of dead leaf in there, so what? Good mulch. Okay, let's do that. And I always plant in the morning or in the evening, but with winter time, the plants are mainly half dormant, so you don't have to worry about them being any to be in under stress of any kind. I was tongue-tied there for a minute there, folks. So let's go. Let's get a little bit more soil. There we go. Go ahead, Tom, knock over the thing. What are you going to do? That's life. I still like to live some of the Christmas stuff up until January. At least the green stuff. What the heck? So, now what are we going to do? We're going to put some sand around there. And this is the thicker sand. Okay, Tom, that's why you got a turntable. That's why God made turntables to turn it around. I'll try to reach in. And I do have some stones. Let me see what I got here. I know I'm in the way. This place has got to be cleaned up. So let me put a stone there. A stone there. Tom, you should have the same color stones in there. Well, you got to work with what you got. I mean, what are you going to do? Another one right here. There we go. There it is. Going crazy there, Tom. So let's just put this around. Put some sand on the cut. Hopefully that'll dry it out. Same thing on that cut. Same thing on that cut. Same thing on that cut. That way there, hopefully it'll suck the moisture out of the wound there where I got it into the water. And there we go. Now, Mr. Elephant. Oh, I do got water in you. Well, I must have put it in. I forgot I did. Oh yeah, that's right, I was watering the plants this morning. So, I got that all in. This is a nice dark sand. Now my white sand that I used for snow is still good outside. The white sand that I put on the inside plants when I used the dirty fish water, well, turn the sand dirty. So I always can put some good stuff on. So now I know the water from the bottom up. Just like that. We can put a little gate there. It's still a season. Just like that. And then, if you want snow, we'll put some snow in there. Just a light sprinkling of snow. There we go. Because it's still January. And you know, it's still snowing. We got the cold the last couple of days. So, at least that worked out. But you know what? I got my one mum is still green, and it's growing underneath my my little my big tall evergreen that I have ever since this house was here, since I moved in back in the 50s. There we go. That's just where the snow fell. You're the creator of your landscape. And we'll see if it takes or not. You're going to say, Tom, you wasted all that sand if it doesn't grow. Nope, it goes back in the bucket. We'll fluff it up, and we got some good drainage. So, Mr. Elephant, let's get the snow off the rock. A little bit here, a little bit there. A little gate, and there you have it. fingers crossed. Let's see if we can get it to grow. Hopefully that this nub on the side here grows. So fingers crossed. If it doesn't, I'll take some cuttings and see what goes on from there. So it's Tuesday. Have a good night. Put on some Sherlock Holmes or any good detective old-time radio show you want to listen to. Sit back with a cup of tea and just relax. And just let the music and the radio be your guide. Makes your brain think, especially the good Sherlock Holmes ones. Makes you think what the heck they're doing. Take care, everybody, and have a good night. Well, it's 2:30, so have a good day and then a good evening. Take care, everyone.